Hello, I'm going to take you through the Intern CPD system on how to capture CPDs in the new system. You must go to the SAPC website, www.sapc.za.org, and click on the registered persons. Select the Pharmacist Intern tab. Click the Login tab and capture your login details. And enter. You will be redirected to this page, which shows the dashboard for interns, finance tab, applications, letters, certificates, pre-reg exams, contacts, progress reports, workshops, and telecommunications. On the left-hand side, you can go back to dashboard. You can go to dashboard, which is this. You can do your annual declaration. You can load CPDs. You can access manuals, and you can view your progress. Click on the CPD tab. The CPD tab will show you the introduction to the CPD, what reflections entail, planning, implementation, evaluation, or reflection on learning. Here you are provided with the requirements for CPDs for interns. For example, that the first 7 competence standards are compulsory, that you must submit the 8th competence standard from a selection of competence standard 8, 9, or 10, and that the deadlines for submissions are available in the intern manual. You may proceed to CPDs by pressing Continue to CPD. To start a new reflection, you must click on Reflection. Here you can also see the CPDs that have been captured. This candidate has captured has captured CS1, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Please note the information above this, which explains what reflections is. And that reflections is the first step of the CPD cycle, which involves identification of a learning need through the reflection on practice. Each individual is best placed to identify these needs. Use the reflection button arrow to identify a new learning need, to proceed to planning, or return to your CPD dashboard. So you click the down arrow to identify a new learning need under reflection. I will be capturing randomly, and therefore this cannot be copied in any way in the capturing of CPDs. So the random capturing is just for the purposes of navigating the new screens. So you will firstly select the core competence. So I select CS3, which is dispensing and ensuring the optimal use of medicines prescribed. I will stick to 3.1. There's a list of outcomes. So you select the one that best suits your CPD. And then you need to have a learning title, which is a free text that you must type in here, that I want to be able to interpret the doctor's prescription. How am I going to do that? I'm going to do that by mainly reading, not necessarily journals, but maybe the law. And that this learning is related to, you need to capture here if it's related to your current role or the new role or both. And that the training will be initiated by whom. Once you have captured the field as prompted by the system, remember to capture the comments below. Describe the learning need that you have identified to improve your knowledge and skill, and what you hope to achieve after addressing this need. You note to capture as required. Once again, I'm capturing randomly just to take you through the screens. Once you're done with capturing, save. So reflection is completed. Our CS3 is displayed there. Note that it was not there before. There was 1, 5, 6, 9, and 10, and now it is there. Once you are done, you can down arrow again and proceed to planning, the next step. Once again, above, it is described what planning entails. And to do any activity, you need to press down arrow and click on Identify a new learning plan. This is where you do planning. At this stage, you can also go back to your dashboard. If there's something you want to check, you can also proceed to implementation. But remember, you may not proceed to implementation before you have done planning. So I'm going to click on planning. I'm going to capture once again randomly to show you the screens. Select a learning title, which has already, you can see it's already, it lists all the ones that have already been done, but you need to select the one that talks to the current CPD that you are capturing, and that is interpreting the doctor's prescription. You need to capture the start date for your activity. I'm going to start tomorrow on the 30th of October 2018. My learning, the primary learning channel, will be mostly non-measurable. Once again, it's a random selection. It's going to happen through self-study. Primary learning channel, you need to specify why you've selected that. Once you're done with that, you need to briefly describe the reason behind your planning selection. Please note that there's 1,000 characters for you to type here in this free text field. Once you are done capturing as prompted by the system, save. Now that we are done with save, we can go back to the down arrow and click on it. And this will show you that you can, at this stage, identify a new learning plan. Go back to the dashboard or proceed to implementation. We have saved. And therefore we can go to implementation, as we have already captured planning. Under implementation, we can record a new learning activity. Select a learning title that is associated with the CPD that you are loading. The primary channel, we said it was non-measurable. It will be self-study. The primary activity, select number of CPD minutes. How much time are you going to spend on learning this? We said we'd start on that date. We need to specify when this activity will be completed. If there's any other primary learning channel that you need to specify, you can capture it here. Once you are done, you need to respond to this one to describe what you have done. That is the action that has been taken to achieve the specific outcome. Please note again, this is random capturing just to show the screens. Once you are done, you click on Save. Implementation has been saved. Down arrow again and proceed to evaluation. Here it is described what evaluation entails. It is a step where you assess the progress that you've made, achieving your learning objectives identified under reflection. You once again capture as prompted by the system. To select your learning title, you had selected Interpret the Doctor's Prescription. You need to specify the learning objective met, whether it was met fully, not met, or partially met. And whether you have applied the learning that you have attained. And now you have to describe what you have learned under the free text provided, the space provided for free text capturing. And then you save. Once you have saved, under the submission action, you are able to see all the fields, the reflections, planning, implementations, evaluation, CPD dashboard, and you can go back to any of them. Now we're going to go back to our CS3 that we have captured. You can click directly on it from here. Alternatively, you can go to CPD dashboard under my submissions. You click on it, CS3, and below it will show you the status of that CPD. It will show you that your learning need was to interpret the doctor's prescription and that it is awaiting submission. It means I have not submitted it yet. That I've captured this information on the 29th of the 10th, 2018, and I have not submitted it as there are 0 submissions. It shows that the reflection is complete, planning is complete, as all the fields have been completed, activity or implementation is complete, and evaluation is complete, and that the results are not available. The next action to take is to click on the down arrow here, and it will pop this window message with reflection or submit for verification, giving you an option to go back to reflection, starting the cycle from scratch of this CPD, or to submit your entry for verification by your tutor. You click on it, and you further get another summary. CPD submission for verification by the tutor. As instructed, click on the CPD steps link to review your CPD, or click submit for verification by tutor button below to submit. You can click on reflection to check it again. You can click on planning to check it again. Implementation, evaluation to verify you have captured correctly. But if you are happy with what is reflected here, you may proceed to submit for verification by the tutor. Once you're done with that, you will get a pop-up, as I have not attached the evidence, that you need to upload implementation documents. So I will go back to implementation. And you can see that there's no activity document. I will click on the down arrow to edit implementation. Once the page is active, you click on Manage Activity Documents, and then you browse the documents you want to upload. Double click on it, and then it will populate there, and you need to click upload to upload your evidence. And then it will show you here that you have one document that you have uploaded. You have an option to remove this document once you have uploaded it. You can go back to implementation, Go back to your CS that you have captured. And it shows that you have one document that you have uploaded here. Click the green down arrow button to proceed to your dashboard. Select your dashboard, your summary of the submissions, and click the appropriate submission. And it shows that the summary, you click the red action down arrow, and you can now submit for verification. Verify that everything is in accordance to what you wanted to do, and then submit once again for verification by the tutor. The CPD has now been submitted. If you click on it, you will see the summary that in the summary, the status that your CPD entry has been submitted for verification by the tutor, that it was submitted on the 29th of October, and that there is one submission that was done on this CS, and that all the steps of the CPD cycle have been completed, and that the results are not available yet.